For most of the 20th century, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was used one time a year for one type of racing. Since 1994, it's added NASCAR, Formula One, MotoGP, sports cars, go-karts, and more. Now the world's most famous race course has added another racetrack, a quarter-mile dirt track just inside turn 3 of the 2.5-mile oval. And they've added temporary lights. And there's still a symbolic yard of bricks on the wall that's been fully covered by dirt for most of the last 2 nights. And race fans have packed the temporary grandstand to see a few firsts. The first night racing and dirt track racing at IMS. Open wheel cars have raced here since 1909, and for many years, the stars of the Indy 500 came from the short tracks and midget cars. The best grassroots teams and drivers are here again in a record number of entries. Welcome to the Driven to Save Lives BC39 for USAC National Midget Racing, and welcome to a brand new racetrack within the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Thanks so much for joining us. We're excited to be here. I'm Kevin Lee, along with Rob Klepper, in the home of the Indianapolis 500, and Sunday's Brickyard 400 has something very unique in store.
It's a very neat facility. It's a very neat racetrack that they built here at this place for fans to come here, for racers to say that they've raced at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I mean, someone asked me, did you ever think they'd be able to race midgets here at the Speedway? And I said, I never even thought of it. It wasn't something that guys dreamt up, but they're here, they're doing it, and the best in the business are in the house.
And this is like the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, and they did come. Over 100 cars. You can see the grandstands, 5,000 plus last night. It's packed here tonight. The best in the business, coast to coast, trying to take home that big trophy tonight.
So why is it called the BC39? Well, Bryan Clauson was from nearby Noblesville, raced in the Indianapolis 500 3 times, but he was a short track superstar. He won his USAC championships wearing the number 39 as his car number, and we'll get into more detail about the cause and Bryan Clauson's legacy coming up in a bit. The stars are all here, along with USAC mainstays and champions like the legendary Dave Darlin, Jerry Coons Jr., Brady Bacon, and NASCAR standouts too with dirt track roots. Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., J.J. Yaley, Landon Castle, who's new to dirt, and budding 15-year-old short track superstar Zeb Wise. And we have our own short track dirt superstar, Robin Miller. Back in the day, drove midgets in the 70s and 80s, and maybe he was most known for being really stylish, but he's enjoying the moment and the festivities here this weekend, and he's caught up with one of those superstars, Christopher Bell.
One of the most versatile race drivers in North America is Christopher Bell. He's won at everything: midgets, sprints, stock cars, trucks, you name it, he's done it. But he's back in one of his favorite places, a dirt track, driving a midget. Pretty unique deal. A lot of fun, kid, so far?
Yeah, it's been a blast to be able to race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And a midget is something that, nobody really saw it coming, and to be able to see it come to fruition and see the grandstands packed, all the race cars in the pits, it's a dream come true.
I met you at the Chili Bowl about 4 or 5 years ago, and Keith Kuntz said, this guy might be as good as Kyle Larson, and keep your eye on him. Did you think, and then I think Kyle Busch picked right up on you right away, and you had a stock car ride. Was that always your path, stock cars?
Honestly, no. I think we talked a while back, and I didn't really have a path that I wanted to follow. My dream as a little kid was just to be able to make a living driving race cars, and I always said that I would just adjust my lifestyle to whatever that meant. If it was World of Outlaw sprint cars, USAC sprint cars, ASCS sprint cars, I never really saw a path to stock cars, and then whenever Larson got into the Toyota deal and Ganassi picked him up and stole him from Toyota, that kind of opened the door for me to come in there, and I'm just thankful that all the guys at Toyota Racing Development took a chance on me, and now I'm a stock car guy.
I was talking to Ryan Blaney. I said, don't you think sprint car and midget racing helped you become aggressive on restarts and just made your whole game better?
I'd say so, man. These things are so they're just hard to drive, and you don't have spotters, you don't have any way of communicating to your crew, so once you get on the racetrack, you just got to figure it out. Whatever it may be, if it's driving harder or finding a different line, it just teaches you so many different things. And on top of that, you're racing on dirt, so you have to have great car control, and I feel like that translates really good.
All right, you'll be seeing a lot of this guy in the next 2 decades. His name is Christopher Bell. Kevin?
All right, thanks, Robin. We got a late start today because of heavy rain. Not just some rain, but it was a downpour in mid-afternoon, so they had to turn the mud into dirt. Some hot laps, some qualifying races, and some very difficult conditions in the early going. And really difficult here for Robert Dalby, who goes up and over, what, about 3 times?
Yeah, huge wreck
landing
for
on his
Robert
lid.
Dalby right there. Yeah, tough break for him in his qualifier, and safety crew were on the scene very quickly, though.
And good to see that he was able to climb out under his own power. We had some great racing with a packed house tonight, sticking around and waiting to see who would make it into the A-main. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. leading one of his teammates, Justin Grant, Tyler Courtney. So 3 heavyweights were in that qualifier. And Chase Briscoe, running the Xfinity race on Saturday, was spun out from the lead. He did not advance. And there were some big ones that didn't make it in. Maria Kofert, 19 years old, from California. She won a heat race last night, got turned, but was still able to advance. And here are some of the notables, including Christopher Bell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and the legendary Dave Darland. And Rob, there were some big names that got left out. Over 110 entered, so you knew not everybody was going to make the field of 26.
Yeah, Tracy Hines having trouble there in the 11 car. J.J. Yaley, USAC Triple Crown champ, not making it. Chase Briscoe, we saw him not make it as well. So tough break for some of the big names here at IMS.
And as mentioned, the BC39 is named for Bryan Clauson, and his dad, Tim, helped Bryan become a champion driver, and now he fields cars for others. Everyone wanted to be a part of this event, not only because of where it is, but because of who it honors and the cause that lives on in his name.
The conversation about the BC39 started here 2 years ago. Doug Bowles had put together a gift of sorts to give to a retiring NASCAR driver. The gift was to build a dirt track here at IMS, invite him out, invite out some of the guys that were racing midgets at the time, and let them just come out here and play on the dirt. We wanted to do something that wasn't a memorial to Bryan, but was more of an honoring him, and not only him as a person, but the legacy that he left in the sport, which his true love was racing midgets, and his dream when he was a kid was racing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is something he got to do 3 times and lead laps here. This is a place that transcends venues of racing. From a kid who had a dream to a professional race car driver who got to live that dream here at the Speedway, it's pretty cool. So now to get to add the dirt track world into this venue is absolutely incredible. This isn't just a race for midget fans or dirt track fans or short track fans. This is a race for motorsports.
And Bryan's gift was helping save 5 lives with organ donation. And for more information for Driven to Save Lives and the Indiana Donor Network, log on to driven2savelives.org. Robin Miller is now with one of Bryan's closest friends, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Thanks, Kevin. Of all the drivers at this event, nobody knew Bryan Clauson better than Ricky Stenhouse. They're good buddies. Just talk about the impact of this event so far and just what we've seen so far and how many people and what it's done for racing and midget racing in general in Bryan's memory.
Well, I think you see it in the numbers that showed up to the event. I'm sure Doug wishes he would have more temporary grandstands, to just throw up, because the atmosphere, the fans that are here packing this place, it was electric last night. To have everybody on social media, all forms of motorsports talking about this event and how much it means to midget racing, and all the midget guys showed up. We got 110 midgets, and I think that says a lot about this event and what Bryan and Doug and those guys dreamed up when they were out here with Tony some few years back. So Bryan's smiling watching, I know that.
Did you guys hit it off immediately, you and Clauson?
Yeah, Bryan, I first met Bryan, I was moving to Charlotte. I didn't race much with Bryan. He was already gone out of the USAC ranks when I started racing for Tony, and he was down in Charlotte, and he got to watch my USAC races, and he loved that I drove it really hard. But we went down, and man, we played basketball, football, baseball, golfed. We did everything. It was all competitive. We had a ton of fun living together over the years that we got to, and it was awesome to see what he was able to do when his deal fell through in Charlotte and running cup cars, and his dreams of doing that. he packed up his stuff, threw it on his back, and got back to short track racing. And I think that's when people really realized how special Bryan was. Coming back and dominating the USAC ranks like he did was pretty impressive.
All right, he's going to try and park it in this midget race, and he's going to try and park it in the Brickyard on Sunday, Kevin.
All right, thank you, Robin. Good to hear from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And he's one of those about ready to go. The A main from the dirt track at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is coming up next. The drive for the playoffs ends in the racing capital of the world. Don't miss the Monster Energy Cup Series here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Sunday at 2 Eastern on NBCSN. And look who's here tonight. Here's Dale Jr., who will be perched in turn 3, I think, coming up this weekend as we go radio style again. And young Ryan Blaney as well. And there's Billy Bode, a former Indianapolis 500 pole sitter. All right, what's at stake for this event tonight? Well, it's the first time they've raced on dirt at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway under the lights. It's a 39-lap feature. Yellow laps do not count. 118 entries, the purse, the largest that anyone can remember in midget racing. $15,000 to the winner alone. There are 24 feature winners here from midgets and 8 USAC National Midget Champions. And Rob, this is how they're going to line up.
It's a star-studded affair here tonight. You see Kevin Thomas Jr. and Tyler Courtney making up row number 1. How about USAC Triple Crown champion Jerry Coons Jr. there? He'll have a good starting spot. Brady Bacon, 2-time USAC National Sprint Car champion. You see Chad Boat with a good starting spot as well.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 2-time Xfinity champ, Cup race winner. He does a little bit of everything, and he's good on the dirt. 5 midget wins. A local, Dylan Welch, who will be working for NBCSN on the NASCAR coverage this weekend. He makes the amen like he did at the Chili Bowl 3 years ago. Zeb Wise was the star last night, winning the pursuit race. He's just 15 years old.
Chris Wyndham back there is USAC Silver Crown champion. There's Logan Seavey. He's the current point leader with the USAC National Midget Cars. BCRA champion, current point leader. Maria Kofer making the show. And how about Double D, USAC Triple Crown champion, known as the People's Champ, Dave Darlin, will start this race outside row 13 and 26th.
And the traditional salute to the fans, 4 wide, lined up in front of this massive crowd for this first-time event. They could have probably added an extra grandstand and filled it up. It is packed. There are even some people sitting across the way, which is a long ways away in oval turn number 3.
Yeah, one of the most beautiful sights in all of motorsports as they salute the fans and the fans salute the drivers back. 5,000 plus in the main grandstands, and just an awesome sight to see them 4 wide here at IMS.
And they have persevered today because this race is actually starting after midnight local time because it rained hard in the middle of the afternoon, continued to rain until early evening, and there wasn't any track activity. Just some hot laps starting about 8:30 tonight to get the track prepared. There's Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, the 2007 USAC National Midget Rookie of the Year. A couple years ago at the Mini Magic Mile in DeCoin, the little 5th mile bull ring, he picked up a USAC win. He's won in Silver Crown competition, midgets, and sprint cars. Of course, we've seen him in the stock cars as well, but Hammerhead, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., going to be fun to watch. He's got a good race car with that Clauson Marshall Racing team. He'll be certainly one to watch here in this feature.
He won his qualifying race earlier tonight as well. And there's Zeb Wise, the 15-year-old from Indiana, who won the Stoops Pursuit race last night with a pass with just a couple of laps to go. He is a future superstar coming off a broken collarbone that cost him a lot of time this summer. Back at it, ready to go. He's technically the first feature winner. Who will win the first A main? It's Green, ready to go and rolling in a BC39 from Indianapolis.
KTJ, Kevin Thomas Jr. out to the early lead there as they race now into turn number 3. You see a Keith Coombs car, Ryan Robinson, working that outside part of the racetrack.
Thomas with the early jump. Robinson on the low side. Swinging out way wide is Courtney. Tyler Courtney's got a little run, trying to make the cushion work from the top side.
Yeah, Tyler Courtney, known as Sunshine. They love him here. He's a huge fan favorite from Indianapolis, trying to work around the outside of Kevin Thomas Jr. Just can't make it work. All the rain, all the weather that we had here today, it made this track really tacky fast. So it's going to take these guys a few laps to start moving around and making some moves. Right now, it seems like the low line is the place to be, the shortest way around.
This is a regular points-paying USAC National Midget race, number 13 of 18 of the season. So that's in play, but really it's the prestige of being the first to win an A-main on the dirt at Indianapolis, and they're getting racy back in the pack.
Yeah, 3 wide, almost 4 wide exiting turn number 4. That's Tucker Klausmeyer there in that 27, the current PowerEye National Midget points leader. Look at those guys down low, through the middle, up on top.
So problems for Dave Darlin off the track right now, and many laps down while Kevin Thomas Jr. continues to lead, and they're fanning out 3 and 4 wide in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, you're starting to see a handful of drivers decide, listen, I can't follow these guys around for 39 laps. We're going to go up top. That's Jake Newman there in that brand-sponsored 3N car up on the outside part of the racetrack trying to get it done. Chasing Tyler Thomas there in that 91T. Jerry Coombs Jr. in the 25 for Scott Petrie. Running down low, USAC Triple Crown champion, multi-time USAC National Midget champion, known as the driver of the decade between 2000 and 2010. He was tough to beat in a midget.
Kevin Thomas Jr., Tyler Courtney in that blue and black and green car, and then moving up to third, Brady Bacon right there in the 76 black and orange car is now in play.
Yeah, and he rolled off inside row 4 in the 7th spot, so Macho Man Brady Bacon making some moves early, and his car looks really good. As tacky as this track is, you have to have some stagger in that car. You need to have something that'll turn well so you can get underneath guys and make passes just like you did there on Sunshine.
So up to second now, Chad Boat back there, the 84 car. In fourth, we saw his dad, Billy Boat, the former open wheeler. Chad Boat's won 8 times in a midget.
Yeah, and his dad, Billy, has 9 career USAC National Midget wins, so Boatster could tie him here tonight if he could pull off the win.
About the 23 of David Boutros. He's falling back, and he's a lap car, and now we got all kinds of problems with at least 4, 5, 6 involved.
Yeah, looks like Shane Cottle there in the 1ST. I do see the 3N of Jake Newman there. Brayton Lynch in the 1K. Looks like Tyler Thomas in the 91T, and we'll see who that is. It could be Klausmeyer there. It was. Yeah, the 27, so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stopped on track here.
Yeah, Terry Babb also stopping on the racetrack. I'm gonna go back and take a look and see what happened.
It already started happening before that. Cottle's the one in the 1ST up front. Don't know what caused his issue, but then it was just simply a log jam, nowhere to go, and several got around on the outside. So first yellow, we've gone a third of the way in the A-main of the BC39 at the dirt track from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Verizon IndyCar Series is on NBCSN. As the sun sets on a memorable season, can Scott Dixon hold off American Alexander Rossi and capture his 5th championship? The Grand Prix of Sonoma, Sunday, September 16th on NBCSN. And the NASCAR Cup regular season finale is this Sunday here at the Brickyard. And Robin Miller has caught up with some driving and some broadcasting.
Okay, Kevin, you run into the great guys that hit racetracks, dirt tracks that love to get dirty. Jeff Burton, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Blaney, the only man that's driven dirt. Burton, I can't believe you never drove dirt.
I drove dirt go-karts, but that doesn't count because that's just like slippery asphalt. So, no, I grew up in Virginia, and I don't even know where a dirt track was. Everything we had was asphalt.
Now, Junior, you said you tried dirt once with Kenny Schrader in Peevely, Missouri, and you were a natural.
No, I was terrible, I said. Yeah, I ran dirt on carts too, and ran some dirt in my Legends car, and I don't count that either. That's not real dirt in my opinion, but I did go to Peevely one time and get embarrassed in one of their modifieds out there. maybe I need to give it another shot, getting Kenny Wallace's car or something.
Yeah, because he cheated. He had cheater cars.
Something wasn't right with mine. I sure couldn't keep up with him.
All right, now young Blaney here, this boy grew up the right way on the dirt, learned how to be aggressive, and then went to pavement. So I think these guys had fun if they ever got on a dirt track.
They would. You know, I was able to run a handful of dirt races in my time, and you know, obviously that's what my dad did and Grandpa did. So I grew up watching them dirt race, and that's what my dad does now. So I've loved dirt racing ever since I was born, and wish I could have done it more and can do it more. But it's cool to come out. It's cool to see new events like this pop up. It's a really cool racetrack, and pretty honored to be here to see it.
You guys, you'd at least like to hot lap a midget, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I mean it looks like a lot of fun. I'm here actually watching my niece Carson run, and with Billy Boat and his gang, and it looks like they're having so much fun out there. So it does make you wish you could get out there and give it a shot.
All right, Kevin, these guys are pretty good on pavement. I think they'd like the dirt though.
All right, Robin, thanks to see the boys out here and so many other notables in the racing world enjoying the first night of dirt racing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is the A-Main, 39 laps. Caution laps do not count. A third of the way in, Kevin Thomas Jr. is the leader from the pole, and there's Christopher Bell, who's the big mover in the race so far, Rob.
Yeah, he's moved up 8 spots so far, and that's pretty impressive with a track that's this fast right now and this early in the race. But, you know, Christopher Bell knows. He's a 2-time winner of the Chili Bowl. He's a USAC National Midget champion. He's a truck champ. He's won at Eldora in the trucks. I mean, the kid's won virtually everything he's ever jumped in, wing or non-wing, pavement dirt. So Christopher Bell is going to be fun to watch working his way to the front. But yeah, Kevin Thomas Jr. out front, he is the man to beat right now, and it's going to be tough. He's been real good this year, not only in the midgets but the sprint cars as well. He is the USAC National Sprint Car points leader, 4 wins there, but just has a 1-point lead over Tyler Courtney.
We saw Bell. We also got a glimpse of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., a couple of other NASCAR drivers. This is how tough this lineup is. J.J. Yaley is a USAC Triple Crown winner. He didn't make the A-Main. Landon Castle was running for the first time on dirt, so we knew it was going to be a very uphill climb for him. Still enjoyed it, had a good time, learned some things, but didn't make the A-Main either.
Yeah. Chase Briscoe, yeah, another one that didn't make the show here. Gio Selzy, Zach Dahm, Shane Golovic, Casey Schumann. I mean, some big names not making the show. Kevin Thomas Jr., though, back underway out front.
And he's got the early jump with Brady Bacon, who has picked up significant spots to move into second position and is ready to challenge. And there's a challenge back there for third. Courtney in the 7, the 84 is Chad Boat, and we're back under yellow.
Yeah, it looks like Dylan Welch there, and that 99 P car comes to a stop. Former Kenyan Midget champion, Power Eye National Midget Rookie of the Year. Always great to see Dylan jump back behind the wheels you talked about, picking up the microphone as of late.
And he told me he hasn't raced outside for several years. It's the first time that car's ever been outside. It's just raced at the Chili Bowl. He's done 1 or 2 races a winter, but back home couldn't miss the opportunity to race near home. Unfortunately, Dylan's going to be at the back. He's already a lap down here at this point.
Yeah, and if you've never seen USAC National Midget cars, a great shot there of Dylan Welch. Cars 1,035 pounds. That's minimum weight rule with the driver. So the cars are about 850 to 900 pounds. They utilize an aluminum block 4-cylinder engine, 350 to 400 horsepower underneath the hood. And one thing that's cool about the Midget Series, Kevin, is all the different makes and models. You're going to see Chevys, Fords, Toyotas here. I saw an Autocraft. There's a VW in the house, Ford S-Slingers as well, which is based on the Pinto engine overhead cam there. So a lot of different makes and models, and it's really cool to watch them all come together in one big race here at IMS.
So getting close to resuming activity.
You see a couple guys going up way up top there, maybe wanting to cool their tires down just a little bit, as it looks like the yellow lights are still on. But look at the big teams. We know Keith Coons Motorsports brings a bunch of cars. They brought 9 here to IMS. Clauson Marshall Racing also bringing a big field of cars. So you look at the big teams for this race, and they bring a lot of cars and a lot of big name drivers, and some of them, as you mentioned, didn't make the show.
It's the 39-lap feature, the A-Main from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the newly built dirt track inside turn 3. Back at it under green Bryan, Kevin Thomas Jr., Brady Bacon, Tyler Courtney, Chad Bowe, and Ryan Robinson, the top 5 as they start to go sliding.
Alex Bright there in that bright yellow number 77, who was very fast last night, trying the outside part of the racetrack. Now he'll try down low, try to put a slider. Looks like he's going to make it work, bouncing off the cushion off 2.
Chad Bowe looks like he's going to be someone to watch. And there's Christopher Bell trying to come around the outside in the number 21. Stenhouse is in front of him there in the 17 NOS Energy Drink car.
Yeah, Jerry Coons Jr. there battling with Bell. That's Coons there in that black, red, and white 25 as Bell decides to go back up top. Stenhouse trying to get around the outside of Jerry Coons there in that 17S, and caution comes out once again.
And it's for the 29J car, Brian Carricker, 31-year-old from Illinois who's come to a stop on track.
Yeah, non-wing sprint car driver by trade. Ran second in his heat race here on night number 1. I don't think he has any damage to that car, but it must be a mechanical problem, as it looks like they're going to push him into the infield. Of course, we do utilize the push trucks with the USAC National Midget Car Series. No starters on these race cars. Drivers will lock them in gear. Push truck will push them off. They'll flip the switch and drive away.
Only 26 of the 118 entered even made the A main. So even if you're having a bad night in this race, it's still been a good couple of days just to get to the feature and the main event for the first dirt track race at IMS. Just about anybody or everybody that's anybody is here. Whether they're midget racers, we see a lot of great sprint car and Silver Crown racers that don't race midgets that often. They're back here. Some NASCAR drivers, an IndyCar driver, Connor Daly, was entered for his first time on dirt.
And they've just done a tremendous job with this track, from Doug Bowles and his staff here at IMS, all the folks at United States Auto Club, to put this together and build this track. It really is a Field of Dreams type feel here. The ambiance has been just awesome. All these fans sticking out through the weather that we've had here, and look at it. It's late and it's packed.
You can see the yard of bricks covered in mud right below the flag stand. Back to green, nearing the midpoint of the BC39 dirt race at Indianapolis. Kevin Thomas Jr. trying to hold up Brady Bacon. Tyler Courtney getting challenged by Chad Bowe for 3rd.
Yeah, Chad Bowe with a pretty good race car there in that black and white 84. He's going to take a peek to the inside, entering turn number 1. Meanwhile, Alex Bright, that yellow 77, goes outside.
He's easy to pick out. Bright with the bright yellow bars. Bowe looking to the low side. He's ready to challenge for 3rd to the bottom of Courtney. Tries to slide down low. Courtney stays up high. They go side by side. Bowe still doesn't have him cleared yet. And up ahead of them, Bacon is ready to challenge Thomas for the lead.
Brady Bacon, a great midget driver, a great USAC National Sprint Car driver as well. Taking a peek right there to the inside as KTJ shuts the door on him entering turn 3.
Bacon just about went around. They came very close to making contact if they did not. Past the midway points. 39 laps, cautions don't count. Getting after it here on the dirt at Indianapolis.
And Brady Bacon just about ready to make another run right here, and Kevin Thomas Jr. for the lead. Gets a little too much bite. Nice wheel stand coming off of turn 4.
And Bowe has cleared Courtney for 3rd. Bright is still 5th. Christopher Bell is 6th now. Good stuff going at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kevin Thomas Jr. leads Brady Bacon and Chad Bowe on the dirt track. Stay with us, we've got plenty more to come racing for this trophy. Hashtag Park It for Bryan Clauson at IMS. Back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, battle for the lead. Kevin Thomas Jr. is led throughout from the pole. Brady Bacon got by him by inches for just a moment, but hasn't been able to clear him, and now there's lap traffic to deal with.
Brady Bacon comes into this race 2nd in USAC National Midget points in that 76 car, former winner of the Hut 100. Trying to get to the inside. Can he use some of this lap traffic to his advantage?
26 of 39 are complete. The 63 is Kevin Thomas Jr. The 76 is Brady Bacon.
Yeah, Chad Boat will not go away. That black and white 84 on the move right now on the back bumper. Bacon, three-way battle for the lead, starting to heat up.
Tyler Courtney is fourth. Christopher Bell has worked his way up to fifth. He's picked up 12 positions. Chris Windham has also moved up 11 spots. He's running in 11th now, right ahead of Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Well, we were talking about earlier, it doesn't really matter where Christopher Bell starts. We know he's going to drive that 21 to the front. As you see one of the Clauson Marshall cars, that Stenhouse working up on top, trying to knock the cushion down, battling with Jerry Coombs Jr.
He's got a rough ride going right now.
That's actually Chris Windham in the 35 teammate to Coombs, and they touch.
Came together, Stenhouse loses some momentum.
Kevin Thomas in heavy lap traffic. Bacon right to the inside.
Bacon trying to find the spot around. We'll try the over-under. He's now back up on the top side. Thomas on the low side. Bacon is in front for the moment. Can he make it stick through lap traffic and through the corner as they slide through? It is now Brady Bacon in front in Indianapolis, but he doesn't have it cleared yet.
Thomas still in second. You see Chad Boat racing his way up through there. Throw a blanket over 1, 2, 3 as Brady Bacon out front. Now Chad Boat takes second.
Boat up to second. So that's fantastic news for Brady Bacon. Boat and Thomas will battle for a while, and Bacon will try with 5 to go at the line to try to stretch his advantage. But Chad Boat has been fast. Here he comes.
Chad Boat's car's been working really good down low, and even if he has to go up on top, he's really got that number 84 running well here. Laps are winding down. We're looking at 12, 13 second laps. They go in a hurry here in IMS.
And we're down to 13 cars on the lead lap. That was Zeb Wise, last night's superstar, getting lapped. Brady Bacon in the 76 is in front. Chad Boat is about a car length behind.
They lap the current USAC National Midget points leader, Logan Seavey, as Bacon gets by. Boat will get underneath Seavey as well.
Brady Bacon is a two-time sprint car champ. He has not won a midget race this season. Here comes Boat as they work through more traffic. Boat's not ready to give it up yet.
Brady Bacon is one of the most calm, cool, and collected drivers there are in USAC racing, and he is going down to the wire. That 76M on the white flag lap.
Kevin Thomas Jr. is within range in third. Does anyone have anything for Brady Bacon? Final corners, sliding through. Boat is a car length back. Checkered flag, and Brady Bacon has won the first A-Main featured dirt race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Bacon takes the BC39 at IMS.
Unbelievable drive for Brady Bacon. A couple insurance laps there just to make sure that that one is done. And the kid from Oklahoma gets it done here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway dirt track. They call him Macho Man, and I think we're going to see one heck of a celebration.
And the fans who stayed well past midnight were entertained. First win of the season for Bacon, who came in second in the championship. So a big point-scoring night for him tonight. Chad Boat finishes second. Kevin Thomas Jr. led much of the way, finishes third. Tyler Courtney fourth. Christopher Bell comes home in fifth. We'll hear from the winner, and plenty more to come from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, just ahead of Brickyard Weekend. Back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the first dirt track race at IMS is complete. The A-Main goes to Brady Bacon. Out of the car on top, celebrating. Let the fans hear you, and they were here in mass tonight. And here are the final results of the USAC National Midget Race.
Yeah, Brady Bacon picking up the win. Boatster coming home second. Kevin Thomas Jr., Tyler Courtney. How about Christopher Bell? Started very deep, raced his way up into a top 5 finish. Pretty impressive.
And you see some big names that finish outside the top 10, like Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Chris Windham. The points leader, Logan Seavey.
Yeah, you look at Logan Seavey, the USAC National Midget points leader. We'll also see Maria Kofer, the BCRA points leader. Here, you're going to see Tucker Klausmeyer, the PowerEye National Midget points leader. All got lapped here at IMS.
The night belonged to Brady Bacon, his first win of the year, 7th of his career, and maybe the biggest, and he's with Robin Miller.
Brady Bacon ran down Kevin Thomas Jr. and a pretty flawless drive. Got through traffic. Biggest victory of your career, young man?
Yeah, it's definitely up there. You know, we won a Jason Leffler Memorial with Bob East, and so that was kind of special for him. And this was also special for me, being friends with Brian. And he won a sprint car championship with Brian. So got a lot of sentiment to this race, and obviously being at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, definitely the most coveted venue in all motorsports, in my opinion. So to win on these grounds is definitely pretty special.
So you come from the 4th row, and it looks like Thomas is checking out. But boy, I don't know if it was, what were your best corners? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Just kind of where we could go where we wanted. You know, sometimes if you get a little too close to him, I had to back off and couldn't get the run I needed. But we were able to swing out a little wider and get a better run off the corner, and it kind of played to my advantage when he could hear me back there and started playing a little defensive, because it was hurting his entry and hurting his exit because he was sliding out. And then we were, he got kind of nervous, I think, and moved up there, and we were able to get beside him. But it was definitely not easy. You know, I thought my one chance I let slip away when I got beside him and kind of did a wheelie there and had to lift. But then we got to him, and then lap traffic was, there was no extra inches there, and he raced me clean, and, we raced as hard as you possibly could, and I was definitely not giving in any, and he wasn't either, and, had to be a great show to watch. I was kind of glad to get it out of the way and try to just keep my nose clean and get through lap traffic, but it was still no easy task. You got 110 cars here, and these are the 22, 24 best of them, so no one's easy to pass, even the guys in the back. So this is the cream of the crop, and I think, once we got to that, it was definitely more entertaining and not as many cautions and things like that. So able to put on a really good show, and hopefully, like I said, obviously the fans kind of spoke to what they want to see, and hopefully this gives a chance for people that might not ordinarily see something like this open their eyes and see that there's a whole nother world of racing out there.
All right, Kevin, he's expecting his 3rd child. I think this $15,000 might come in handy.
These guys all do this for the love of the sport, but yeah, the cash will come in nice. And here's how Brady Bacon got it done. Going around Kevin Thomas Jr. Chad Boat was right there in the mix as well. And Rob, they went at it for about half the race.
Yeah, Chad Boat, a very fast race car, and Brady Bacon, he said it best right there. I got to the front as soon as I could, and then just everything I did to get through the lap traffic and keep those guys behind me. Boatster coming home in the 2nd spot there, the 84. Just so close here tonight.
Well, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway special to the Boat family. Robin is with the runner-up, Chad Boat.
Thanks, Kevin. Chad Boat started 10th. Came on strong, finished 2nd. We were talking off camera. 2 more laps of no traffic, you might have had him.
Yeah, we had a really good pristine auction, KNC drywall, Lawson Rock and Oil, Spike Toyota. Just 2 more laps probably, or even just no traffic there kind of at the end, a late caution or something. But Brady had a great car. I think we kind of ran up through the field together. Starting 1 row ahead of me. So what a great facility. Awesome to race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Thanks to Doug Bowles and his staff and USAC, and hopefully they'll invite us back next year.
You tried high and low, and you look like you're good all over the racetrack, but traffic really probably balked you from having a real shot to get him.
Yeah, I felt good everywhere. I thought my strengths were the exits of both ends on the low side. But I was able to go around some lap traffic on the outside. But I just felt like where I needed to pass him was going to be on the, on the bottom on the exit of the corner. So, it just wasn't meant to be. We had a great car. We'll, use this momentum and, go try to win Turkey Night.
All right, Kevin. His father, Billy Boat, was a hell of a driver, and Chad's following his footsteps.
Good night for Chad Boat, runner-up at Indianapolis. There's the podium with Kevin Thomas Jr. joining them. We've got more to come. It's Brickyard Weekend from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Back after midnight here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kevin Thomas started on the pole, drove a hell of a race, led about half the race, and then it just looked like they had such a good drive off the corner, and maybe you didn't have that for them.
Yeah, we struggled a little bit there probably last quarter of the race, and, whenever you're doing that and battling with lap traffic, that doesn't help things. I wasn't able to run the line that I needed to run to get the maximum amount of drive. So, we got snookered there, and, those guys did a great job, but, there's some things we could work on, and, we've already been talking, right after the race. So we'll get there, and, we had a great showing. Obviously, this track has turned out to be pretty cool. So we all enjoyed it. We enjoyed racing, even if it's past midnight and, there's a curfew and everything. But, for them to stick it out, all the weather and the race cars, it was pretty special.
Well, thanks for your time, brother, and a hell of a job. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thank you, Robin. Let's get back at it as racing continues. It's a 2-night event, and last night, the evening finished with a pursuit race. Segment number 4, Lynch, Bright, Wise, Westfall, Yaley, back at it at the dirt track. Westfall actually one of those that is battling for position right now. Bright around the outside, Wise down on the bottom. They're jockeying for second position while Lynch maintains that lead up front.
Yeah, and Alex Bright really got a good restart. He got that thing cooking here quick, and he may take the lead coming off of the corner. So that's a battle for the lead, and if Lynch finishes behind him on this segment, he is done. Zeb Wise now trying to take over second.
Wise also using the high side, just like Alex Bright.
It's J.J. Yaley down there in fourth, working that low part of the racetrack. He started deep outside row 10 and 20th.
Coming to the conclusion of segment number 4. Bright, Wise, Lynch, Yaley, and now worked his way up to 5th. But Bright got to the line first.
Alex Bright hit the cushion and just about went for a ride and saved it somehow.
So Alex Bright is able to win segment number 4.
Who thinks Alex
The USAC Eastern Midget point leader. There's a couple of top 5s in the National Series this year. 27-year-old from Pennsylvania. Here's Zeb Wise on the outside, getting by Lynch for second. So 1 to go before we see the final segment of 4-lap shootout to determine the pursuit winner. $1,500 plus bonus money available for those passes made throughout the evening. So it's Alex Bright, Zeb Wise, 1, 2, and 6 cars left, and they include Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Yeah, that's Stenhouse there in the 17. That red car 63, that's J.J. Yaley. Zeb Wise right in front of him. Of course, Alex Bright started 6th, so an extra $600 if he can pull off the win on top of the $1,500. Here we go.
Jerry Coons Jr. is also back here, a 2-time midget champion. Final laps of the pursuit, the highlight of the first of 2 nights of dirt track racing for the first time ever at the world's greatest race course. Watch Zeb Wise go to work from second right there, trying the bottom side. Bright on the high side. Wise might have him this time. Bright still in front with 2 to go.
Just not enough for Zeb Wise coming off turn 2, but he is on the rear bumper. You could see the big slide job down in turn 1. No, he decides to run down low. Can he get by him?
White flag, the 15-year-old. Zeb Wise on the bottom, might be nosing in front. Final few corners. Zeb Wise has moved to the front and has taken the checkered flag. The 15-year-old has won the first feature race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with that move with a little over a lap to go on Alex Bright. An extra $3,200, or $3,200 total, I should say, to go along with the $1,500 purse. And another impressive performance by Zeb Wise from Angola, Indiana, driving for Clauson Marshall Racing.
Yeah, here's a pass for the lead once again. He'd been trying that low part of the racetrack off turn 2 and just couldn't get enough momentum down into turn 3, but that time he did, pulled the slide job, bounced off the cushion, and with 1 lap to go was able to hold off Alex Bright.
And that was last night. Plenty of action, and the action continues tonight here at the dirt track at IMS.
Zeb Wise became the youngest winner ever in USAC a few weeks ago at the age of 15, and tonight here in the debut at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway's dirt track, he put on a hell of a show. 18th to 1st to win this wonderful Stoops event, and $3,200, brother, which is going to go to your college fund.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can't thank everyone at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They put together a heck of a track, and obviously it shows, you know, we get a good track we can put on the show for them. So to park it, especially being 39 BC, to park it in BC 39 victory lane is pretty dang cool.
When you went to the top and started passing people right and left, lots of times you think, okay, somebody's going to take your groove away, and Bright took it away for a couple of laps, and you went low, and I thought, oh, God, he's going to lose it. But then you went right back to the top to get him.
Yeah, I figured, the top was a lot better in 3 and 4, but I thought I might be able to get a run in 1 and 2 just to get by him, and that's kind of what I did. I snuck to the inside and then threw a slide job on him in 3 and 4. So I think me and him put on a show. Alex is a heck of a driver, and to race alongside him and to be in a battle with him is pretty cool.
It also looked like a tough track to tame tonight. Just it kind of had a shelf and kind of grabbed you.
Oh yeah, like if you went through the middle in 1 and 2, you might have been in trouble. I found it a few times at the beginning, and once I got above it and got up right against the wall, that's where it was the fastest, and we got it done.
All right, 15 years old. What a future this kid's got. Pretty good way to start his Indianapolis Motor Speedway career. Maybe we'll get him an IndyCar in about 3 years when he's 18. Back to you, Kevin.
And like Kevin Thomas Jr. said, I heard no complaints at all about the track. Great time had by all. Massive fan support as well. Coming up next here on NBCSN, Mecum Collector Car Auctions from just down the road in Louisville. A full day again here tomorrow, Saturday at Indianapolis with Xfinity Racing, Cup practice, qualifying, and more in the Brickyard, 2 o'clock on Sunday. For Robin Miller and Rob Klepper, I'm Kevin Lee. Brady Bacon wins the first BC39 at IMS.